President Bola Tinubu made a statement at the conference in Brazil, stating that the reforms I have embarked upon since I took over in Nigeria have been very impactful. I can beat my chest, that is coming from the president, for that. It was initially painful, but today the result is blossoming. It's getting clearer to the people, and we have more money for the economy, no more corruption. Interesting statement from the president. We have joined us, though virtually, Honorable Tope Abdurazak Balogun, who is a Lagos State governorship candidate under the platform of the AA party for the 2023 election. And also from Benin, we have Dr. Bright Onyovokuko, a medical doctor and a public affairs and political analyst. He joins us from Benin. And from Oka, we still have Honorable Ejiofor Iguatu, former member of Anambra State House of Assembly. He's also this morning with us in the capacity of a political and social commentator. And we have Mr. Somi Uranta also joined the conversation. He is a philosopher and also a columnist. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for being with us today. Now, let's take the conversation to Honorable Tope Abdurazak Balogun. Good morning. Good to have you join today's conversation.
Good morning, voice of the people and other people online.
Yeah, welcome.
Good morning.
Welcome. So what do you have to say about this particular statement from the governor of Kaduna State and what the president also said in Brazil? You know, let's get your view, holistic view on it.
First, they are just reckless statements that do not consider what the plight of the masses are, and they are very insensitive to what is happening to the masses. Most of the time when some of these things are said, I wonder how they feel as humans. Because sometimes when you say you have made some reforms here and there, and we try to juxtapose what is coming in and what is going out, we are amazed that they are not just commensurate, they are also very, very skilled to favor some particular class of people within the larger society. Let's go and do our assessment very well and go in line with factors or indexes that we have to indices that we have to use to examine if we have a flourishing society. You see that those are the lower ebbs of the society are really deprived from so many basic things of life. So for me, it is not only very wicked of them to say corruption has been eradicated. It is now extremely, I want to say they are terrorizing us mentally with some of these statements, because I wouldn't want to say that they are the pharaohs of this period. But then what they have been doing is so much evil to the larger percentage of Nigerians that have voted for them, that were enjoying a bit of what Nigerians we call the national cake, that is the subsidy that was removed. And now they are telling us they have more money that should eventually translate to a better life for Nigerians, but is not translating to better life for their cronies, those that I don't know. In Lagos State, we have been having elections for local government, so it is not new that we have elections for in Lagos State. In response to Honorable Fred's perception of what the local governments are now having more money. They are having more money to the children of the common man. They are just having the more money to fund their own personal lifestyle. And it is not trickling downward. Okay, before now, we have the subsidies in petrol, let me say the petrol subsidies specifically. No matter how bad the case, some people were actually siphoning money to it, but it is trickling down. I can go to the fuel station and buy fuel at a very cheap rate, and at the end of the day, it's not affecting my business and the business of people alike. But the day they remove that fuel subsidy, there is no framework that was placed before us that is going to make the money that is now being aggregated to a particular post. There's no framework that was placed before us to explain how it is going to get back to us as a common man. You took from the common man and you are using to enlarge to find the enlargement of the
Thank you.
lifestyles
Thank you
of
so
some people.
much.
And you are telling me today
Thank you so much.
corruption is
Thank you,
engendered
Honorable.
and there is no food anywhere. The security apparatus are broken down. Where are the farmers going? Go to any state, they are kidnappers.
Interesting point to raise
In
there.
Kwara State,
Interesting point
let me
to
just
raise
finish
there,
this,
Honorable.
please, let me talk about
Okay, go
governor
ahead. Go
in
ahead.
Kwara State.
Go
In
ahead.
Kwara State, a whole community vacated their community because of kidnappers. The old community vacated, and these are naturally their traditional farmers. How many communities do you have farmers going to their farms without the fear of people kidnapping or killing them for ransom and the likes? Please, let's be sensitive when we
Okay.
are online and look at the common man. Don't look at some big men that can always do. We saw what happened on one social media for one guy, VDM. It captured the live scene of our security apparatus being messed up in the face of everybody, in the national face.
Thank
You see
you.
people kidnapping people and the likes. Please, let's be sensitive.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thank you, Honorable Abdulrazak, for your submission. Now, Mr. Samuel Ranta, let's get your opinion on this, because the governor of Kaduna State expressed optimism that Tinubu's policy and international collaboration will accelerate growth in critical sectors and also strengthen Nigeria's economic outlook. Let us get or give us your opinion on this particular one, because he made mention of how this present administration, have embarked on so much reforms that help Nigeria or is impacting Nigerians and their life better now.
Yes, the governor of Kaduna State has just made a comment. I don't know what he stands to gain, but I think we have to tell the people the truth at all times. It augurs well for a developed society. What are we talking about? The honorable that just finished talking now mentioned a lot of areas, that Nigerians are suffering. We don't have. You don't need to tell us statistics or just say make bogus statements. You have to, apply it to reality. What is the impact of this whole thing on the people? How many farmers are going to farm? Is it not because of the fact that Nigerians can no longer, feel safe to go to their farms? Those that goes, they are being kidnapped. They have to pay ransom, or they pay a certain group of terrorists, monies to allow them go farm. And then when they will go to harvest, they also have to pay again to go and harvest, and all that goes with it. How can a country grow with that kind of arrangement? So when we talk about the economy or the policies, making a lot of impact on the people, we need to see it. We need to see it reflect on the price of tomato in the market, on the price of pepper, ordinary pepper, in the market. We need to see it everywhere that these things are working. Nigerians are actually suffering. So that governor is not stating anything that will that is in tandem with reality.
Are you saying that the president is not telling the Brazilian president the truth? Are you saying that Nigerian president is lying? Because he said, I can beat my chest, to talk about the policies that they are very impactful. He also made mention of how he understands it was painful initially, but now it's blossoming. Mr. Samuel Ranta, are you in any way saying that the president is not or is misleading the people at this point in time? Is that what you're saying?
You see, when you start telling your citizens lies or something that is less than the truth, you will know when you take it to the international stage. By the way, how can the president be telling the Brazilian counterpart that corruption is no more in Nigeria, things are working well? You think they don't know? They have embassies in Nigeria. They have an embassy in Nigeria. They have people. They read the reports. They know these things. So you just only make a mess of yourself, and then you are demarketing our country because they know the truth.
Let's go to Benin, where we have Dr. Bright, or Nyeville Cooker. Dr. Bright, now still x-raying the statements of the president. At some point, the president did say that corruption has drastically reduced, and some individuals around me at the time watching that raised eyebrows, and because do we have different countries? is the president not privy to certain corrupt cases? One of them would be the picture that we showed this morning of policemen counting cash in their van. What do you think? Is the president misinformed? Do you think the international community would believe the president and come invest?
Well, that statement itself is corrupt. Because I don't know what I said. That statement itself is corrupt. Yes, that statement that Nigeria is corrupt because I don't know what the definition of corruption is. And again, it is not in his position to state that. There are indices, there are statistics, there are different things that they use in measuring, talking about being corruption free. You know, so that statement itself, I don't know, it shouldn't even come from him in the first place. It should come from other independent bodies that will be doing some assessment, because not too long ago, I can't exactly pinpoint, there was also this corruption statistics that was released, and Nigeria didn't do well in that area, so it shouldn't come from the president. I'm going to Lagos does not mean that we are already in Lagos.
All right, then. Thank you very much, Dr. Bright and Nebukuka. Let me ask Abdul Razak a question before we move on from this conversation. Are you still with us, please? Oh, great, great. Now we're talking about the president talking about reforms. Some might disagree that these reforms are not reflecting on the lives of people, but don't you think the president is doing some work that could be seen? Because I mean, now there's a talk about flights between Nigeria and Brazil, and all of it is hinged on the president's visit to Brazil. So, excuse me, Air Peace now has been built to start flying Brazil to Nigeria. Isn't that something? And then also the visit to Japan also seems to be yielding some sort of benefit to Nigeria. Don't you think the president is doing some work?
Where the problem lies at the moment is that the president is having a misplaced priority. Traveling from Nigeria to Brazil is meant for people that has anything to do outside the shores of this nation, and that is how many percentage of people. And what are they going to do in Brazil? Are they exporting things to Brazil? Those things that are supposed to be exported to Brazil, where are they? Who are those working as, let me say, the factory workers that will really get the job and do the work so that they can export them to Brazil? Or are they just going to Brazil to be bringing something in as usual and the likes? So I want to applaud the owner of Airpeace for expanding his own business, and everybody has rights to expansion of businesses for those that will patronize them. So I don't see where that has come to affect us positively as a people. We are talking about a common goal here, something that affects everybody generally. The issue of security is everybody's issue, whether you are a big or a small man.
You don't think the exchange, you don't think the exchange program between Japan and Nigeria will benefit the people? The four country exchange.
Of people, see, we are talking about a nation where even the class of people that we enjoy most of all these things you are pointing at are not even going to be part of those that have elected their leaders. They are not. Most of them don't vote. Most of them don't even go and queue. Most of them don't experience the emotional trauma that will lead them to the streets to go and campaign.
All right.
They will say, I'm a politician. I know those that are on the field. I know those that have been rendered populish more than how they were before in the last 2 years. And these are the people that we are advocating for. People that own high-class businesses and people that are in the higher echelon of the society always have their ways to go around their businesses and whatever. So if the president is going to be taking any extent that they like, he should be taking from the angle of strength that will positively affect the common man. And that is what we are saying. Now, if assuming we have abundance of foods, we can always eat from them and export them out. That exportation now will affect the common man's life positively. We
All right
have
then.
abundance of factories where people are
All right.
making clothes and the likes. And so these are things we are talking about. Where are those things? Instead
All
of
right.
that, they have tariff, band, whatever. And at the end of the day, people.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Abdul Razak, for your thoughts
Out of
there. We're
control.
absolutely out of
So
time
many
for
people
this
are not.
conversation. We do appreciate you. Now, let's move on to another conversation before, yes, let's move on to another conversation. The National Security Advisor has transferred 128 rescued victims and vows relentless offensive against terrorists and kidnappers. Let's talk about this when we come back, gentlemen. Stay with us. Well, thanks for joining us again. Now, the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, has vowed that the federal government will sustain relentless operations against terrorists and kidnappers, declaring there will be no haven for those who threaten citizens, as he handed over 128 victims rescued in Kaura, Namoda, Zamfara State. Ribadu praised security agencies for their dedication, describing the rescue as a crushing blow to terror networks, while NCTC Coordinator Major General Adamu Laka disclosed that the victims freed in two batches on August 14 and 19 included 42 people in the first group and 88 in the second, though one child died from illness and exhaustion, and the woman gave birth prematurely in captivity. But we hear that the baby is now in the incubator. Well, he said the survivors, many held for over 42 days without food, have been receiving medical care, psychological support, and rehabilitation, with the Minister of State for Humanitarian Affairs, Tanko Sununu, urging them to embrace education as a path to recovery, stressing that their rescuers' expertise was rooted in training. Oh, well, we still have, would rather start with Dr. Bright on this one. Dr. Bright, here we are again. People have been rescued from kidnappers. Nigerians, don't you think Nigerians would want to know, the fate of the kidnappers, the abductors, really? What happened to them? Don't you think Nigerians would want to know? Well, I know you don't work for the government, but basically asking for your opinion in that regard. And now that these individuals, this is my question to you directly. Now that these people have been rescued, what are the medical related things that should be put in place to ensure that they are of sound mind before being, reintegrated into society?
Since we were kidnapped, they would have faced some level of trauma. And so, first and foremost, there should be a proper mental health assessment of this person. And definitely they need a lot of psychosocial support. And a thorough medical examination will be done for this, should be done for these persons to see if maybe they've been exposed to one ailment or they contracted one disease or the other, and they will be treated accordingly. But again, some of these persons, because of the trauma they have been faced, they could be at risk of this post-traumatic stress disorder, and these are things that one needs to pay attention to. And of course, some of the things that they may have faced while in the den of the kidnappers is also something that is of very, very important, because some of them, especially the females, they could be raped and they could be at risk of contacting some infection or someone with the pregnant or whatever. So based on the general medical examination that will be conducted on this person and the history they will take, then the medical attention will be carried out based on as the need arises. But most importantly, they need a lot of counseling, psychotherapy, and psychosocial support.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bright, for that. Let me get your opinion on this, Honorable Toba Abdul Razak. in one breath or hearing that the government is going to squash and crush the people who are doing this. In another form, we're seeing them going on to say they are de-radicalizing them, rehabilitating and also reintegrating them back into the society. What do you have to say about this, please?
For me, I want to say it's a plus for us to be able to save lives, because those people, I cannot imagine the situation they might have been in the past, and even what they might be going through their minds for being in somebody's hands and being able to in a very unfamiliar and cruel environment. So it's a plus that they were saved. For me, bringing people that are criminals back into the society for decolonization, especially this set of people that are ideological, I think it is very, very suicidal. It's very suicidal, because when we talk about people that are having this type of philosophy about life and what they really wanted, what they wanted is something we cannot give them. And if you now bring them back into the society, are you telling me what is in their heart can be seen, what is in their heart can be assessed, that now they are radicalized? They now agree that what they wanted, abination, we cannot be given. They have left it to go. They have let go of it. They are no more ready to pursue what their masters and their cliques wanted in the first place. And this is something that is very, very dangerous. A very dangerous situation they have put us. And that is why we have people that are complaining among the military guys that when they catch some of these guys, they get instruction from somewhere higher than them that they should be released or they should not advance. And there was a report recently that they were supposed to have caught up with Toji Bello as a case study, particularly. But they were called to stop operation.
Okay.
That is going to go into negotiation.
Okay.
These are things that made us to understand that the security structures have to be taken down, and something else has to be designed as our new security structure, where we have where people will call non-state actors. We call them omolili in Yoruba parlance. We call them omolili. People that are also face them, that have the courage to carry guns. You should go after these people, keep them, wipe them off the surface of the heart, so that we can have peace once and for all. You see, they are taking that route, and they already had the conviction that it is either they die or they kidnap people, torture people. So let them choose the path of death, and let's have a new security structure if you are going to have a solution to this our security problem.
Thank you very much, Honorable Tokwe Abdul Razak. Thank you for your thoughts there. Let's appreciate you. We must appreciate you for your contribution. And also, we must say very big thanks to Honorable Tokwe Abdul Razak Balogun, AA, Lagos State Governorship candidate for the 2023 elections. Well, thank you for your time. And then also, Dr. Brighton Neva Kuko, who is a political affairs commentator and a human rights activist. We do appreciate you, Dr. Bright. And we've been speaking also with Honorable Ejiofor Egwatu, former member and Anambra House of Assembly, political analyst and social commentator. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen, for your time on the program. This is where we draw the curtains on VOP this morning. Coming up next is newspaper review with Chukuma and I. I am Moses Humphrey, wishing you a beautiful day.
And I'm Fina Okechukwu, endeavor to be a patriotic citizen. It will pay out someday, I believe.
And I am Chukwuma Okoro. I'll also join Fina to ask you to be a patriotic Nigerian. Bye for now. See you again.